What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I had to sadly re-record this video again, but yeah, I was talking a little bit about ICP again. Basically, what their price has been doing, because contrary to Bitcoin, basically their price is being held up. It's keeping its support, and it even had a little bit of a I won't say a big move up, but it had another move up. It did reject its previous support level, and I think it's interesting to see that happened while Bitcoin was going down continuously. So I do think the AI narrative of ICP is still very strong. I do think there's also still a lot of buying power on the sidelines for that to happen. But yeah, let's just get in the rest of the video and I'll run through it. And also, once again, if you like these videos, please leave a like and subscribe, and thank you all for watching. All right, let's get into it. All right, so here we are at CoinMarketCap. Now, obviously, total crypto market cap, while it's up 1% today over the last 24 hours, it's been decimated. Like it's basically, if we drop further than this, we're gonna hit the $2 trillion again, which honestly, I didn't expect to see again this year. So, yeah, massive correction on that. Fear and greed index in extreme fear, while not being that oversold. So, I do see room for us to go lower. And in all honesty, I expect, like, if I think today or yesterday they voted on the full release of Epstein files. This is gonna have repercussions in financial markets. Like, if there's a lot of high tech players involved in this, a lot of high profile people, 100% we're gonna see effects in this, in not just the financial markets, but also crypto markets. I think pretty much every single market globally will be affected by it if it is as bad as we all expect it to be. So there's definitely room for us to go lower. That being said, I do think right now is Bitcoin buying prices. I said it when it was lower, and I'll keep saying it. Below 100K, I think is a good buy for Bitcoin, because yeah, if we go back to its all-time high, you have more currently around a 30% profit on Bitcoin, which I think is very generous. But I think Bitcoin is going to have the most staying power of any crypto. So I do not think right now is the time to be buying alts. Maybe if we have another big correction, then we can have another alt rally. And even though alts already got decimated, I think there is room for lower, but I also think there is room to grab a tidy profit off of that. But yeah, fear and greed index, we are extremely low. Like, we haven't been this low for a while, but each time we get that low, we see a big wick up. So basically, we look on the yearly. When this happened, yeah, we had a little fake out here, and bam, we went up. So I expect something similar to happen. Like, unless the news really is going to be bad, or if the economy itself starts performing worse, like, we might be in for a few months of this. But I expect a big push correction back up from this as well. Now, if we look at Bitcoin itself, Bitcoin, the small difference between yesterday when I was filming this and for the first time, and when I'm filming it now, like, it's holding. It's slightly below its support level. These support levels, like, especially during such volatility, I don't think are set in stone. So I'm not too worried about us fully breaking this. But today looks like a day where we're going to be breaking this, and we're going to hit that 80K area. So I think it's going to be interesting to see where we go with Bitcoin the next couple of days. Possibly, like, I think right now is a good buying zone. We could be buying a little bit lower. But here's ICP, and I think it's interesting to see, like, yeah, this looks bad, but, like, this is a full hype-driven rally. And it seemed to be grabbing a little bit support on its previous resistance level, but it just wasn't powerful enough, strong enough. There just wasn't enough buying force at that area. So we went to its level below that. And that, bam, we immediately shot all the way up back to that support level, resistance level here, and it corrected itself down. Now today is looking a little positive. So basically what we did is we broke that support level, we went to the next one, we shot back up, we rejected at the resistance level, formed a higher low, and now today, I mean, we are wicking a little bit below it, but it does seem like we're gonna hit a green candle. And it is quite early in the day, so it's too soon to say, but I think it's interesting to see that we have an upwards movement, whereas Bitcoin doesn't really have that. Whereas Bitcoin basically is in a downtrend, down spiral. And I think the difference is this is a correction based on its massive hype and its massive run up. And I think it's less affected by the price of Bitcoin, whereas normally a lot of altcoins are one-to-one linked to Bitcoin, whereas Bitcoin will drop, all the altcoins will drop. And I think it's very interesting to see this basically break the trend with Bitcoin. Now, it'll be very interesting to see if this holds. I don't really expect it to do it long term. Like if Bitcoin has another big correction back to the 80K, possibly lower than that, I think it'll be very interesting to see if this upholds. It's probably going to bounce lower, but even if it it doesn't keep this level and we go to either that or that level, like the 2.8 price area, that's technically still not lower than it was before. Like it was trading at these levels before, when Bitcoin was at its, well, not at its all-time high, but close to its all-time high, above 100K. All this price level movements, Bitcoin was above 100K. So I think it's very interesting to see how this will perform, and if it continues to put out products, like maybe it'll actually break trend and go up. Like I'm not saying all-time high area, I'm not saying this area, but maybe a little bit of steady climb and then or sideways movement. So I think it'll be very interesting to see what happens with ICP. I think it's good to see that there's so much volume on this project, but in the AI sector in general, because I still think AI is going to dictate the future. Like I myself catch myself using different AI products more and more and more and more, because it works. It has a valid use case. Like, yes, there's a lot of crap AI content out there as well, but there's also a lot of benefit. Like, who doesn't use ChatGPT? Who doesn't use image generators, even for memes or whatever? That every single person uses AI in some form or another, and the CPU drain, the calculating power needed is growing exponentially. So any form of contact with that will bring value, I think. I will say carefully any form, because obviously there's exceptions, but I think most projects with valid use cases on this, like providing a service, providing a product, providing calculating power, or possibly even just minerals, like a gold mine or something along those lines. I think all of those will factor in, and I think ICP is a very interesting project in this, especially in, like I said in my caffeine AI video. I think it's very interesting to see how they will mature that caffeine AI. I was already very impressed with it, and I think it'll be very cool to see how they develop that, and like even the growth of that, I think will grow exponentially. If we can see how far ChatGPT models have come since the first iteration only a couple of years ago, public iteration, I shall say, because it's been in development for years. But I think it's comparable to like the Steam engine, like where the Steam engine industrialized all kind of production markets globally. I think AI will have a similar revolution, and we're just looking at the tip of it. Like everyone's calling it an AI bubble. I'm thinking we're at the very start of this revolution, where yeah, a lot of jobs will be lost, but I think the narrative will shift. I think a lot of people will cease being middlemen, and a lot of them will become either a tradesman again. I think tradesmen will be more needed, but also the people above basically the middlemen, like the control people who sit in control. I won't say managers because I think that's a loaded word, but I think businesses will shift in how they operate. So there will be job losses at first, but I think it'll also create a lot of work, and it'll take off a lot of workload. And people who are good at it, who are ahead of this curve, I think will benefit the most. So yeah, I think it's very interesting to see this. I think a lot of people are wrong about this as well. A lot of people will be panicking about this move. I think that's the one thing you don't need to be doing. Like, panic is never a good consultant, and I'm very impressed that this is doing it. That this is the price level that we're watching. Basically, we hit its support, we shot straight up, and I'm not exactly sure how much percent that move is, but I mean that's a 33% move. I think that's very valid. Like, that's a very good move up. Yes, it did sell off again, but it's still holding, and it formed a higher low. All right, so that concludes this little video. Sadly, I had to re-record it. Hope I didn't leave anything out. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.